Are you looking to invest in some tools to help you grow your online reselling business? Well, stay tuned because today I'm sharing 10 tools that I think all resellers should have. Hey everybody, my name is Karina, also known as Per Diem Thrifts Online, and you are watching Vendoo's YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed down below. Vendoo puts out videos every single Friday, sharing videos to help you as a reseller grow and scale your online business. You can also join their memberships to get behind the scenes exclusive content and early access to some of Vendoo's new beta features. Alright, before we begin, I have a quick little disclaimer. You do not need all of these things right off the bat. If you are just beginning, focus on keeping your expenses as low as possible, but once you start growing and seeing some profits from your business, then take those profits and use that money to buy these tools as you grow. I repeat, you definitely do not need all of these things right from the beginning. Some of these tools I'm going to share today are going to be specific to people who resell clothing because that's what I do, that's my specialty. However, majority of them are going to be good for you no matter what kind of reseller you are. All right, let's get into it. This first one, actually, you probably do need when you are starting out, but you might already have one of these at home. And this is a tried and true reseller tool, and that is a large tote bag. You know you're a reseller when you have a million IKEA bags all around your house or your office. These are going to be your best friends when you're sourcing, when you're shipping items, when you're taking items to buy sell trade stores. Anytime you have to lug around a bunch of stuff, these tote bags are going to be a lifesaver. IKEA bags, I think, are the most affordable and durable and accessible. And you can purchase them at your local IKEA. If you don't live by an IKEA, you can find them on Amazon in bulk, on eBay, even on Poshmark. I have this one here, and it was one of their like special edition IKEA bags. And these are a lot of fun. I love collecting all the different colors, but I don't really live super close to one, so I have purchased a few of them on Poshmark or on eBay. If you're looking to up your tote game, I am such a fan of the Hulkin bags. You guys have probably seen these on social media from other resellers, but I absolutely love my Hulkin bag. It is just a large tote that has wheels on it. There are dupes of these on Amazon as well, but it makes it so much easier. Instead of having to carry everything, you can just roll it around kind of like a little wagon, but they are so useful. I even use them when I'm grocery shopping or when I'm traveling, and I absolutely love mine. They come in a variety of sizes, and you can kind of see for yourself what you like. The second item that you actually do need if you are just starting out is going to be a shipping scale. You can find these pretty inexpensive. You can usually find them at your local thrift store, but you can buy them on Amazon. But you have to know the weights of your items when you are shipping them out. That is one of the requirements when you are filling out your listings. If you sell on Poshmark, you just have to make sure that your items are less than 5 pounds, or else you'll have to upgrade your label. But if you sell on pretty much any other platform where the shipping is by weight, you definitely need to know the accurate weight of your item. Again, there are so many different shipping scales out there, so just figure out which one works best for you. I recommend something that has the removable display. So the display isn't necessarily connected to the scale, it is separate. Sometimes it's like attached by a cord, so that even if you have a bigger box on the scale, you'll still be able to read it. I've linked a few down below. I've linked actually a few of everything that I'm going to mention here, so definitely take a look if you guys are interested, but you don't have to purchase from any of these links if you don't want to. The next item is a tape gun. Now, this isn't something that you need when you're first starting out. However, when I was just starting out reselling, even when I was still like getting more serious about it and I didn't have one of these, I wasted so much time just sitting there with my tape trying to find the edges of them, cutting off the perfect size, sticking it on, and you don't think that it's taking up a lot of your time, but once you get one of these bad boys, you will be amazed how much faster shipping goes. They're also really fun to use, and I feel like way more professional when I'm using a tape gun. This is a side note, but if you choose to use water activated tape or paper tape, they also have machines, or they're not really machines, they're just like little desktop trays where you can pull and it will automatically wet the adhesive part so that it sticks, versus having to sit there and wet it yourself. Just anything to help make shipping go faster is going to honestly save you so much time, obviously. Next item is a thermal printer. Now, I honestly don't know if all of the options that are available today were available when I first started reselling, but when it came time for me to invest in a thermal printer, I remember there were really only two options. There was a Rollo or a Dymo. I started out with a Dymo printer. I was gifted it by my mother-in-law for a Christmas present, but then eventually I switched over to a Rollo, and I've used both of them. They both work, but honestly, I wish I would have just purchased one of the off-brand ones or one of the cheaper options on Amazon. If I did not have a label printer today and I were to buy one, I would buy this one. It's the one that I linked down below, and I just think it's a good bang for your buck. It's wireless and it gets the job done. Thermal printers essentially are going to help you save money on ink, on paper, and you can make cool, fun, customizable stickers as well. I have a video on how to create your own custom stickers on a Rollo printer, but the whole designing aspect of it is going to be the same on any printer. So like I mentioned, I was gifted my first thermal printer. I was actually gifted a lot of my reselling tools from family who just wanted to help support me. But if you are kind of like wanting to do everything on your own, definitely look for coupons, look for secondhand deals, and use gift cards that you may earn from different like couponing apps or things like that to help purchase your items so that you don't have to have that huge expense. If you do use it as an expense though, you can always use that as a write-off on your taxes. So either way works, but yeah, just keep that in mind for any of these bigger investments. This next one is specific to clothing and shoe resellers, and it's not really one tool, it's kind of a few different tools, but it's photo props. So I'm talking like shoe trees, mannequins, dress forms, even hangers, but anything that's going to enhance the way that your photos look. I recently purchased these shoe inserts and they honestly changed the game so much. I will show you a pair of sandals without the shoe trees and with the shoe trees, and tell me which one would you rather buy. Honestly, it just makes your photos look a little bit more professional and really shows how an item looks like when it's on. And this goes the same thing for mannequins. It does take a little bit more time photographing to get the item on and off, but when people are always asking for like styled photos or try-on photos, these can help. I will say though that as a buyer and even as a seller, I would prefer having like an actual person modeling the item versus using a mannequin, just because it will show how things lay properly. And depending on who you have modeling, it could be cheaper, like if you're doing it yourself. But if you hire somebody, then obviously that will be more expensive than an actual mannequin. But also like having a real person show off an item, it's just gonna stand out more when you have your items look. Number 6 is going to be a mending or cleaning kit. Now everyone's kit is gonna have different stuff inside depending on what kind of things that they mend, whether it's clothing or hard goods or books or shoes or whatever it is. But as a clothing and shoe reseller, these are some of the things that I include in my mending kit. Scotty peelers, Tide to Go pens, Grandma's stain remover, Doc Martens Wonder Balm, needle and thread in different colors, and extra buttons. I personally hate mending clothes, and I try to avoid picking up anything that needs to be fixed in any way because I know I'm never gonna get to it. However, we always make mistakes, we always miss things, and so just having these things handy in a kit that you can just go to and do a quick fix is going to save you a lot of time in the long run and help get your items listed faster if they do need to be mended. Number 7 is a reliable smartphone with a good camera and a lot of storage. Because if you scroll through my camera roll right now, it would just all be inventory. Photos of clothing and shoes and content for social media and all of that. So you definitely want to make sure, so even regardless if you're not on social media, you're going to be taking a lot of photos. So you may want to possibly invest in a second phone to just take photos and store all of that on there so that your personal phone can be free of all that clutter, or you can just have something that has a lot of storage or be on top of it and delete your photos. I don't know who actually does that. If that's you, good for you, but that's definitely not me. I'm biased. I use Apple products. My computer, my laptop, my phone are all Apple products, so they all can sync together, but regardless, just make sure that your camera is of good quality. Remember that your camera is probably one of the most important things when it comes to reselling, because this is how you're capturing your items that you're trying to sell. If you have bad photos, then it's not going to come off across to your customers, and they're probably not going to be as intrigued or compelled to buy your items if the photos aren't that great. Piggybacking off the importance of photos, number 8 is going to be good lighting. Sometimes lighting can be free. If you are so blessed to live in a place where you can get really good lighting majority of the year, and you have the ability to photograph when it is light outside, then you may not need to invest in a lighting kit or anything. But for those of us who live in places where it gets dark really fast, or maybe you work a full-time job and your availability to photograph is only in the evenings or at night, then having a lighting kit is really going to help. I have gone through so many different options of lighting kits. I've done the natural light, I've even photographed outside, I've photographed with umbrella lights, with ring lights, but my favorite and what I use now, what I have been using for the past about 4 years, is a light box. Now these are big investments again, and they are not necessary for absolutely everyone, but if it works for your situation, if you have the space for it, then definitely check it out. And again, use all the tips that I said before. Look secondhand, look for coupons, wait for deals on Amazon, save up gift cards, or use it as a business expense. With all of these lighting things though, I've definitely had to still edit my photos, so kind of like an extra bonus tool would be an app or any kind of program where you can batch your photo editing just to make it easier. Or actually, I just use the settings in my iPhone and I just increase the brightness, and that's free. This next tool is textile specific, and that is a steamer. If you don't sell a lot of clothing, or if you don't find it necessary, then a handheld steamer can be great. But if you are doing more heavy duty, or steaming absolutely everything, then you're probably gonna wanna invest in a standing steamer. Jiffy steamers are probably like the top tier, but there are definitely more affordable options. This is another thing that I was gifted by my mother-in-law when I was first starting out, and I'm super thankful for it, but it just helps your items look a lot nicer. I am notorious for not steaming and not ironing even like my personal clothes, so it's really hard for me. But when I learned that steaming your items can actually help kill bacteria and disinfect your items, you all know we thrift our items all the time, and so just making sure that they're clean by doing a quick little steam can help a lot instead of having to like run a million loads of laundry. Lastly, the 10th tool that I think all resellers should be using is actually a piece of software, and surprise surprise, it's Vendoo, the #1 cross-listing software for resellers. Not only is Vendoo going to help you cross-list your items to multiple platforms, but it's also going to help you manage your inventory and help track your analytics to help you grow. Vendoo is a monthly service, but you can actually customize how much you're paying depending on how many active listings you have and what kind of features you want access to, like the option to delist and relist or import items from existing platforms. If you're interested in learning more about Vendoo, definitely check out the website down below. That'll be linked for you guys. But anyway, those are the 10 tools that I think all resellers should have. If you have recommendations for tools that I did not mention, leave them down below. Tell us what we should be using or what we need to help us run our businesses more efficiently. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, and we will see you guys next time for another video. Bye!